Hello guys, I just had Fiesta potatoes and I'm very full. Let's rank some romance book tropes, shall we? As you guys can tell by the title of today's video, I'm doing another installment of Destiny ranks popular things and makes people mad in the comments. My first installment, if you haven't watched it, is my ranking popular book talk books. And today I am ranking popular book tropes, specifically what you would usually see in the romance genre. Okay, so that is what we're doing. I think tier lists are super fun. I like making these videos. I feel like they're a cool little break in between some videos, so we're gonna do these today. If you guys have some other things that you want me to tier rank, feel free to sound off down below, but let's get straight into this. Okay guys, this is my tier ranking system. So I only have 5, right? There's 5 because, you know, we're doing book tropes. I don't feel that we need any more than that. I feel like if there are more than that, it's a little wee bit excessive. So I'm going to, of course, explain my tiers and what they mean. We're gonna start from the bottom, which is the worst of the worst, to the top, which is the best of the best. And actually, for the names of these, I used popular TikTok audios. At the time when I made this earlier today, I thought this was peak comedy. Like, I thought I was so funny for this, and now I just feel cringy and quirky and I don't like it. So, but we're gonna roll with it, okay? We're gonna be genuine. So first of all, we have the worst of the worst, which is you're not going to jail, you're going to prison. Yeah, that's just, they're plain old bad. I won't read these. If I'm reading these, they're probably somewhat against my will and you should call for help immediately. That's that tier. Then, oh, my nail just fell off. Next tier up is Divorce, Babe, Divorce. This is the iconic Adele audio, and for this one, it's just like, no. I've read these tropes and I don't enjoy them, and I probably won't, and if I do read a book where this is in it, it was not on purpose. So the next one up is It's Not the Vibe. So for this one, it's like, I'm not going to seek this book out. Like, I'm not, like, if you told me it was this trope, I'm not gonna go to the store to run and get it. If I'm already reading a book and it has that trope in it, so be it. Next one, we have Breathe, Breathe, Don't Tell Me to Breathe. You know, the Drake audio where he's like, bring me a shot. Like, that's me, but in a good way. So I would more likely seek these books out. I do enjoy these. But then we have our top tier, which is I Don't Think You Understand. I'm obsessed. This trope, if you tell me, oh, it's this, I'm in the car, I'm on Amazon, I'm getting it. Those are all 5 of our tiers, so let's just get into ranking these, okay? And by the way, guys, I did make this myself. I made this template myself. I'm gonna try to link it down below. If it's not linked down below, then I didn't figure it out. Plain and simple, like that. I don't know. I think there's a share option. First, we have Brother's Best Friend, and I feel like we're starting out pretty strong with It's Not the Vibe. It's not, and let me explain why. You guys may be like, this is my favorite trope, or I absolutely love this trope. That's fine. My thing is that in most cases, the brother and sister or the siblings in the story are usually very close, and so most of the time there's like this huge blowout argument over them being together, and it's the same thing as a third act breakup with me. It's just not it. So that's why it's not the vibe, but I'm definitely fine with reading Brother's Best Friend books. They're just gonna annoy me when they get into an argument over it. Next is Sports Romance. Don't know why I'm saying that in a British accent. This is also gonna go in It's Not the Vibe. And let me explain this one. I don't mind sports romance. I have so many sports romances on my shelf. The thing is that I don't mind them, but I'm never going to buy a book because it is a sports romance. If it's a sports romance, I'm not reading it because it's one. It also has a different trope in it that I'm reading it for. Next, we have Dead. Straight up dead, death, if there's any death in it, which usually revolves around the main character or one of the main characters or somebody that is important to the plot of the book dies. This one, I'm gonna say prison. I'm gonna say prison, and that may be something that people are like, wow, that's a hot take. I don't see how. If you genuinely look me in the eyes and tell me that you enjoy the main character dying and like seeing that emotional anguish go through everybody, or a super important character and you enjoy that, the stuff that has to come after it, I'm gonna suggest that you go seek therapy. Next we have Grumpy X Sunshine. Okay, so what should we rank this one, Charlie? I'm also gonna say it's not the vibe. Listen, I don't really have an issue against Grumpy X Sunshine, but as of right now, if you looked me in the face and you're like, oh, it's Grumpy Sunshine, I would not read it. I've read too many. I don't know what it is in the air about all these authors wanting it to be Grumpy Sunshine, but I'm over it. I read too many of them lately. Maybe we can go back to them sometime in the future, but I'm really over it. Love triangle, divorce, babe. I can't. Again, look me in my eyes and tell me that you love triangle. I'll wait. If you do, good for you. That was genuinely like one of my least favorite things about the Inheritance games, was that there's a love triangle. I would much rather have one main love interest and then like the other person is like your sidekick. Like I would just much rather have that. I want to focus on one person. I don't want to focus on two different people, and I don't want to like one over the other and get mad when she's picking the other one. Be left with the series ending and I didn't get the one that I wanted. So step siblings. Yeah, you know where this is going. Prison, penitentiary, jail, whatever you want to call it, it belongs there. I don't care. No one is going to comment on this video and change my mind. I don't care if it was like they had known each other beforehand and then they became step siblings. It's weird regardless. And I'm just putting that out there. Step siblings, never the vibe for me. If you like it, I'm minding my business over here, never reading that. I don't want to willingly read that. Usually if that's ever happened to me before, I didn't know that they were step siblings, and I'm severely grossed out by it. Not happy ending. Divorce, babe. This is just another one to me. I don't understand why I see a lot of people though on TikTok when they're like, is this a happy ending? I kind of don't want it to be a happy ending. And it's like, I'm sorry, what's up? No, I need it to be a happy ending because I need the fictional stuff to feel fictional. Like if it's not a happy ending, it just feels a little bit too real. Next we have bully romance, which is also going into divorce, babe, because genuinely, this is how I feel with Grumpy Sunshine too. If it's like more of like a closed off guy, maybe he's just not super nice when you first meet him, that's fine. But like most of the time, they take Grumpy Sunshine to a whole nother level where the dude's just a straight up douchebag and I can't do it. Like he's a jerk. Bully romance is like Grumpy Sunshine on steroids to me, okay? Because literally bullying me. Like I could never imagine the people that bullied me when I was younger ever finding them in a romantic sort of way. It's gonna be a no for me. It's gonna be divorce, babe. No. Second chance romance is going into breathe. Don't tell me to breathe. I literally love second chance romance. It's one of the most realistic book tropes because think about it. Do you know how many relationships in regular life you meet when you're a certain age and maybe it doesn't work out and you guys somehow cross paths later down the road and try to make things work out? Like that to me is the most realistic, and I really like past and present, seeing how people have changed. I enjoy that a whole lot, so that is definitely going there. Golden Retriever boy and Sunshine girl, I'm obsessed. This is what I want. I will take this all day over Grumpy Sunshine. That may be like an unpopular opinion. I just don't, why be toxic when you can have a nice guy? If you were like, do you want a toxic guy or a super nice guy that's gonna like be everything that you want? Of course I'm taking the nice guy. Marriage of Convenience, I'm gonna say it's not the vibe because again, I'm not gonna seek out a Marriage of Convenience book. That's not why I'm reading it. Marriage of Convenience, it's such a specific trope that I feel like if a book has Marriage of Convenience, they're all the same. Oh, let's both agree on like why we should get married, but like one of them is hiding something from the other person, which gets to a argument, which probably is gonna lead to a third act breakup. And then it also has the whole like, oh my god, but like we're married, like is this fake? And it's not ever. So Amnesia, I have not read Amnesia in a legitimately published book since like I haven't. I only read that crap in Wattpad. So I'm definitely putting this in divorce, babe. I just don't like the Amnesia trope. I'm all for a good injury trope. I enjoy when main characters get wounded because that's usually when you see how much like the other main character cares. Call me toxic. I know a few seconds ago I just said I don't like toxic, but that is something that I do enjoy. But Amnesia, here's my thing. Be unrealistic with it. Make it only last like a week maybe, or like a day. That's fine with me, but like when it goes on for months, I just can't do it. I can't. Because then it's like you start making mistakes. Ugh, and they don't know any better, but it's like, oh, it's so frustrating. Like everything we just built up is gone. Third act breakup, prison. Again, I'm gonna say it again, but look me in the eyes and tell me that you like a third act breakup. Just look me in the eyes and tell me, yeah, I love when they unnecessarily break up in like the end of the book and then we waste so much dialogue trying to fix it and get back together when we could have just communicated it 100 pages ago. Tell me you enjoyed that. Just kidding, by the way. Sometimes I do these jokes and I'm scared that people don't understand that they're jokes. Friends to lovers. Breathe, breathe. I love friends to lovers. One of my top tier tropes. I absolutely love it. There's something about just having platonic feelings for somebody that slowly turns into more. That's just chef's kiss. I'll take that over enemies to lovers any freaking day. Mafia. We're gonna put this in breathe, breathe. Specifically for the reason, if I'm reading a Mafia book, I know it's a Mafia book and I'm reading it because it's a Mafia book. We have fake dating. I'm also gonna put this in breathe, breathe. Specifically, again, this is like how Mafia was. If I'm reading a fake dating book, it's because I know it's a fake dating book. Single parent, I'm gonna put in it's not the vibe. It's not that I don't mind it, but again, this is another thing where it's like I'm not seeking out a book because it's single parent, especially because I don't really enjoy children in books. I don't really enjoy it. Most of the time they are written very maturely. Like you'll have a 3-year-old sounding like a 27-year-old with a PhD. Like they'll be using words like miraculous. I'm sorry, when I was 3, I wasn't a stupid baby, but I wasn't using the word miraculous. They're like giving out life advice like they're a licensed therapist. Oh, you guys don't need to break up. You guys just need to communicate and like love each other. No 3-year-old is grasping relationships that 25-year-olds can't even grasp, okay? So authors, please either go have an actual conversation with a 3-year-old who's just speaking in syllables and you can't understand most of what they're saying, or don't write a child at all. Childhood friends, lovers. Let's just take a moment of silence as we put this straight into I'm obsessed, because I am, point blank, period. Okay, love childhood friends and lovers. Literally, especially, oh my god, say they're neighbors, they've been hanging out for years, they get into high school, they're best friends since childhood, and then slowly one of them has always had feelings for the other, but then the other one like has always kind of had feelings, but like wants to push them down, and then they like slowly get together, and it's great. Miscommunication. Prison. As soon as I see something pop up that's like not just like maybe a secret that they have, because that's not miscommunication. I'm talking about like when it's going to affect their relationship and they just don't say anything, and I'm like, so we're gonna have a third act breakup. Insta love, divorce babe. I can take this over all other tropes that are in the prison, but I just can't. Insta love is so cringy to me. Found family. I'm obsessed. No one who has read the Addictive Calloway books in entirety cannot look at me and say that they don't absolutely have found family as one of their top tiers. I just love it. Like to have a whole entire group of people that are just there for you through thick and thin, and you have this whole entire friend group. It's just amazing and I love it. Student teacher, straight to prison. Literally and figuratively. There's just a power dynamic that is so wrong to me about student teacher. I don't care. That was like one of my main complaints about the love hypothesis, because a lot of people kind of just looked over Adam being a professor at her school. I understand that like he wasn't one of her professors, but it was still something that's hard for me to get over personally. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't read it, especially if it's like their teacher and if it takes place in like high school. Bodyguard. I'm putting it in it's not the vibe, even though I did enjoy Twisted Games. I think that's like one of the only bodyguard romances that I've read. Yeah, I don't seek out bodyguard romances at all. Usually if I like, people are talking about a book and then I look it up and it has bodyguard romance, but I was already gonna read it anyway. Age gap, divorce babe. It's just not something I enjoy. I just want to stress to you guys that if you guys like any of these tropes that I don't like, Like, we can agree to disagree. I have said so many times how I don't like age gap. It's just not for me. I don't judge anybody that they love this, but it's just not something that I like and I enjoy. And the more age gap romances I read, the more I understand that I just don't vibe with them. Enemies to lovers, it's not the vibe. Okay, I don't seek out enemies to lovers. I've read so many to the point where they all are the same, and it's usually like, oh, we don't like each other for like 5 chapters and then we're like fine. I want you guys to like hate each other for majority of the book. Is that me being toxic again? Probably. Best friend's brother, I'm also putting, oh, this one's hard. This one's hard. Because I want to put it in breathe, but I also want to put it in it's not the vibe, because it's the same thing with like the brother's best friend, where you know the majority of the time there's going to be an argument somewhere, whether they break up or the best friend doesn't agree with it. I know there's a lot of times that the best friend's like totally cool with it. So for that, I'm going to put it in breathe, because there are a fair share of ones that the best friend's also like okay with it, but there's also the ones where they're not. Kidnapped, breathe. Listen, call me toxic all you want, but again, I like when, like, don't do anything terrible to the main character. Like, don't straight up like do terrible, awful things, but like maybe just like make the person come save the day. Last one, academic rivals. It's also going to go in breathe. I just like their whole banter with that one and like the competition aspect of it. This is my cheers. This is what I'm ranking these. Just take a good old gander at it. I didn't do this one because I did fake dating twice for some reason. These are all of my tier rankings. This is how I feel. Just full on how I feel. And that's it. I'm not going to explain it in any further detail. That is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys find this fun. This is an all good fun. I understand I'm somebody that feels very passionately about my opinions. I understand a lot of you feel very passionately about your opinions, which I stand by. People should stand by their opinions. But what we should not do is get very hateful for other people's opinions. I respect yours, let's respect everybody's. And with that being said, if you guys like this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell, all of that good stuff. I love and appreciate every single one of you guys for such endless support. It's so amazing. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I appreciate you guys more than you know. Okay, and I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you guys know that I love you, I care about you guys, you're cared for, you're loved, and I will see you guys. See ya.